Heading that way. This trip had been a long time in the works. Weekend after weekend of either bad weather or busy schedules meant it had been put off a few times. Finally, with the primo weather window, we all hit the go button. This was a trip of firsts, as both Si and myself had never done a chopper trip. So to say expectation was high was an understatement. Getting dropped off on the top of a mountain was a crazy, surreal feeling. No massive slug-in meant a few extra comforts from home were thrown in. Getting into the hills in the middle of winter definitely has its risks, with the obvious freezing cold temps foremost on our minds. Having done a few winter trips now, we had a good idea of what we were in for, and the thought of chasing some big reds and some brand new country just upped the excitement levels. Come back! Here we are, tent set up. We have a wee bit of snow coming in. Gear's inside the tent, old Maddie's over here. With camp set up, an afternoon walk was on the cards, as we were all keen to look into the amazing country we'd just been dropped into. First looking into the basin we were camped in showed a few young animals lapping up the limited rays of sunshine on offer. This hind was spotted right down the bottom of the valley, and it wasn't till going through the video at home till we noticed the stag and the other deer in the top left corner. It's times like this when you sit back and think, how many deer did we just glass over and not lay eyes on? Some more young stags were spotted, but nothing worth getting excited about. It was a great sign of things to come and was awesome to see.
More youngins.
Now, being a couple of hours walk from base camp and evening on its way, the call was made to head back and put the feet up. What an awesome way to wrap up the first day. Out there doing it. Today, and it has not always been like this. Gorgeous. Get back to camp. Gotta go down there, across there, up there, and then over the top of there. Seen 10 deer for the trip so far. And we're meant to have blue sky days for the next 3-4 days. Hopefully a lot more of this to come. Waking up to clear blue skies and the sun creeping up over the snow-capped mountains is a breathtaking sight, and as you'll see with all the landscape videos and photos, it was hard not to just sit back and take it all in, all the time. A bit of extra wind this morning was making it feel pretty fresh, to say the least. Here we are. Second morning, or first morning, isn't it? The sun's coming up over there. We're heading that way. A call was made to head the opposite way along the main ridge, looking into some more new country. Walking pretty much as far as we could safely along the ridge, and lots of time behind the binos, very few deer were seen. Whether it was the wind, the extra snow, or just a bad day, we weren't sure.
Yelling in front. Can't see the one behind just at the moment.
The gullies we looked into just didn't seem to be holding any animals. Heading back to camp for a feed, and after a full day of sun on the hills, we could only hope that the sun was helping us out by melting the snow, and surely the animals would be chasing the sun on the north facing faces, along with needing to feed. Well, today has been a very different day from yesterday. We've just had this amazing weather all day. A wee bit of breeze on this side. We've covered a lot of ground. Looked into quite a few basins and seen next to nothing. Back to camp and cook some food, make a plan. An amazing sunset finished off a big day on the hills. Check this out. Evening on day 2. Look at that, eh? Amazing. Amazing. Start of day 3. Day 3 arrived and we were greeted by another amazing blue sky day. Spirits high, we set off and decided to try and drop down lower off the snow-laden ridge into some amazing looking guts and gullies. There we are. Day 3, steering down into an amazing face here. Lots of little folds. We just stalked down. Saw a stag down here last night. So we've come way up the top, over there, and stalked down over here, hoping to lay eyes on it, but doesn't seem to be here anyway. So it's currently 20 past 12, middle of winter, so I wouldn't assume they would move too much. So I think I'm gonna go over here and sidle over through these guts, see if we can't pick something up. Seen 3 young stags for this morning, but nothing crazy cool yet, except for some flippin' awesome views. Second blue sky day. Over here we've got a bit of clouds starting to roll in, but it's been sitting there for ages, so hopefully it doesn't come in too far. Late afternoon, Matt spotted a group of stags, with one stag definitely needing a closer look. With a couple of hours till dark, we took a leap and figured we could get there in time. With GPS tracking and headlamps in our bags, the mission was on.
find a stag.
On the arrival of the face the deer were on, we just couldn't seem to spot them. Sitting for over 30 minutes with no deer spotted, we figured we'd been busted and started the climb back out the main ridge. Before going out of sight, I gave one last glance down the face and managed to see a couple of antlers. Assessing them in the scope showed two of the younger stags seen from afar, but the big one didn't show. Another amazing sunset, and a back to the tent for dinner and a few tales to tell for the day.
I drink Carrot Dog, hazy IPA, and we've got a bit of pig meat cooking over there. Can't say that it was a wild boar that we saw at the hillside somewhere. It might have come from New World, but it'll be pretty good, I tell you.
As the sun came up and the last full day was upon us, all sorts of plans were being thrown around until we spotted a group of stags on the same first face we were sitting on the day before. We were all pretty keen to head down and check them out, until again another change of plans. I spotted the same big one we were after the evening before. Mission on. We are extremely lucky here in New Zealand to be able to head out into the backcountry and to chase these animals around the hills. For me, it is never about just shooting or killing an animal. It's about getting off the couch, getting into the beautiful backcountry we have on offer, putting some of the best quality meat in the world on the table for family and friends. Time with mates, making memories that last forever. Can't beat it.
Just shot a stag down here. Just gonna show you around the corner, just around the side of this rock. There's another 4 deer just sitting there. There's 5 stags. One group. We just shot the biggest one. We're gonna let these guys go. Or just young ones. Nah, don't do it.
Mate, what a day. Absolute awesome hunt this morning. Good shooting, Si.
Thanks, Matt. Good stalking, eh?
Look at them, they're just sitting right here, 50 yards away. Just battling for who's the new king, eh?
Yeah, the crazy thing is we just fired a shot and killed a stag 50 metres away, and one of them didn't even bother to stand up.
Mate, it's so epic.
So epic, man. Can you believe I fired that shot and that stag didn't even want to get up? Just sat there.
So up there, behind us on that ridge,
Probably 30 knots of screaming icy cold wind and the sun. This is the only place where there was any sun. Looked over here this morning and I saw 3 stags and there were 4. So we boosted right around the top. These boys had been out to this point before, come down the leading ridge, and honestly we've been stalking for over an hour. We knew that when we popped out we were going to be close, and I kid you not, when we popped out we were so close we could just about see their nasal hairs. There's another couple of stags bedded down there, just sneaked around this rock over the side there, fired a shot. Well, all I could see was his antlers, and Matt stood up on the rock up there, gave him a bit of a wave and a hoot, and he lifted his head up enough for me to drill him right in the neck. 30 yards at the most, at the absolute most. And believe it or not, the other 4 stags didn't move a muscle. They didn't even stand up. So this old fella just died right next to them. And here he is, he's beautiful. 9, beautiful shape, good symmetry, beautifully polished, as gold as tines. Absolutely wrapped.
So, I'm currently heading back to where we saw the stags last met and soil. Looks to have pretty good potential. So I've gone chasing those ones this morning. Split up just before. Yeah. Keep it posted, but all going well. Last day of the trip. Might have a stag on there. How cool. Well, standing on the side of a hill, stalked in and managed to get some wicked footage of a couple young stags, and decided to take one of them. I've done a lot of trips now where I've let them walk. I just felt like this one was a good one to take. We can take some meat out, flying out of here so we can take all the meat. And yeah, I think I even managed to get it on video by myself, so not too bad at all. But here we are. One stag. It's not the biggest boy of them all, but it's not half bad. He's not real old and not that big bodied, but yeah, like I said, I felt it was my time to take one, and I'm stoked with that. It's memories forever. So yeah, oh, a bit shell shocked to be honest. It's been a long, been here in for what, 4 days. And yeah man, stoked. Awesome. Just came up over the top of the hill, and I knew they were here somewhere, and basically just sat on behind a rock and just sat there waiting, and I just saw them feeding in the gully, and yeah, stoked. Meat for the freezer, head for the wall, memories forever. Can't get much better than that, eh? Awesome. Well, I'm still going. Oh, got two more saddles to do, and let's just say I'm going to be wrecked tonight. That's all right. It's all part of the fun. I've shot them over the back of there, so I'll come up here, through here, over here, up here, over to there, along here to where I am now, and now I gotta go up over there, up the next one, and then up the next one, and then down into camp. Whew. Another bluebird day, just unreal, so cool.
Look at you, eh? Whistling danglers. Oh man, it's so epic. Oh, man, it's long.
Well, last summit and back to the tent. I'd estimate probably got 35 kilos in the pack, 30, 35. A couple back legs, had to ditch the front legs because man I was struggling. But met up with the boys, coming up over there somewhere. Go back to the tent, put my feet up, chop her out in the morning. There's not a breath of wind up here at the moment. Just stunning. Stunning.
Absolute cracker day in the hills. Chris and Si both hugely successful today, so we managed the amazing stalk down into this catchment behind us. Came into a mob of 5 stags, 4 young ones, and one really nice head that Si managed to shoot from about 25-35 yards standing, resting on a rock. And the deer around him were just so settled. It was just amazing. And we sent Chris off in the other direction to get onto a stag that we looked at last night, and he came up trumps on that. Really beautiful, narrow, long 9. So just heading on the way back to camp now, down here. So we'll be back there in a couple of minutes and looking forward to a cold beer.
Look at this situation here, eh?
What's going on?
Not bad, Matty. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the clip, and be sure to stay tuned and keep an eye out as I have heaps more adventures on the horizon. Cheers.